Aries, if you feel like you're right on the edge of a new beginning, but you know there's still old things that must fall away first, this message is for you. Hey there, beautiful souls. Welcome to your May monthly tarot reading. If you're new here, welcome to Universal Wisdom Tarot. And if you're returning, thank you so much for your continued support and love. If you haven't already, take a quick second to click that subscribe button. It's free, and you'll never miss your spiritual guidance. This month is about being strategic and looking toward your long-term growth. You're breaking unhealthy patterns, recalibrating your responsibilities, and preparing for expansion. Stick around, my friends, and we'll see what the universe wants you to know. Hey there, beautiful Aries souls. Welcome to your general intuitive reading for the month of May. Remember to only take what resonates. I have already asked for blessings for the reading. So let's get all the cards out and then we'll connect to the energies. All right, Aries, let's see what you have here. In the main messages, you have the Devil, you have the 10 of Pentacles, you have the 6 of Pentacles, you have the 3 of Wands. At the bottom of the deck, the theme of your month is this Page of Pentacles. That's where I'm going to begin, right over there. The Page of Pentacles sets the tone for your month, and it is a powerful tone. The Page of Pentacles is about new beginnings, and sometimes those new beginnings are rooted in practicality, being very practical, or rooted in learning, or rooted in some kind of long-term vision. I feel like for some of you, you're entering a phase where curiosity, dedication, and grounded effort are really essential for you. So you're not being impulsive. There's no real fire going on here in terms of your impulsiveness, I want to say. It's more of a slow, intentional growth that you're going through in this month. And it really is a month where the universe is inviting you to learn something new or to develop some practical skills, I'm feeling. So for some of you, you may be laying the foundations for some kind of security. In other words, learning toward a career or learning toward making some kind of money that will bring you some kind of financial security. Some of you might be investing your energy into something that can grow over time. And I feel like you may feel like a student of life. Okay, or a student of life again, if you are a little bit older. You're gathering knowledge and you're refining plans, and I feel like you're kind of you're doing this, but you're doing this in a cautious new way, or a cautious different way than maybe you have done in the past. So this is very fertile ground really for building something meaningful, especially when it comes to your work, to your finances, to your long-term goals. All right. Now, in the first week, you have the devil, you have the three of swords, you have the knight of swords. So the devil is a card, right, of suggesting patterns of attachments, maybe some fears, maybe some unhealthy habits. Or for some of you, you could be self sabotaging yourself. You know, this is clarified by the Three of Swords, which says it's a little bit of pain, a little bit of emotional pain, I want to say there, or a little bit of heartbreak. Maybe there's some disappointment with yourself for realizing that you're in these patterns, or these unhealthy habits. So maybe you're a smoker and you've been wanting to stop smoking. Maybe you've been overindulging with food, and you know maybe this is the time for you to stop eating all that sugar. Or perhaps maybe you've been saying to yourself, I have to get back onto a diet, and I haven't been able to get onto a diet. So there's, you're kind of kicking yourself is what I'm feeling. And you're disappointed more than there's, I want to say, pain there in terms of, um, heartbreak pain. But you have some lingering wounds, and it's actually influencing your choices, right? So sometimes when we're in a bit of a, kick ourselves mode, and we say, I really should do that, I really should do it, instead of actually doing it, we do more of the bad stuff. Okay. So for example, we say to ourselves, I really should get outside, start going for walks, and I should stop eating sugar, and I'm going to get my health back in shape, or back in on track. And then what we do is we go, yeah, yeah, but today, not today, tomorrow. I'll do it tomorrow. And today I'm going to, finish the last of the ice cream, because if I don't have any more ice cream in the freezer, well, then I'm not going to be tempted. But then you eat the ice cream instead of saying today's the first day I'm going to do this thing, right? And we all do it. We've all been there, done that. So I mean, just to let you know, you may be in that place, kicking yourself a little bit. Um, Now, for some of you, there is some unresolved grief or some resentment. There could be some betrayal you're carrying, possibly longer than you realize. All right. The Knight of Swords here, it says it's time for speaking your truth. It's time to say, no, no. Okay, come on, let's get out of this habit. I know this is bad. So you speak to yourself, right? To speak your truth, speak it to yourself. Now, for some of you, there will be some urgent communication that I'm feeling, maybe some mental breakthroughs for others of you. But it's really talk toward some decisive action, because you know it's time to take action when the devil shows up. Now, for others of you, I'm kind of feeling somebody has to break some ties, because there's some toxic ties there. You need to confront something, you need to confront someone, maybe. Um, you have to face that painful truth and break free from that cycle. And others of you might be saying, okay, I just want to make some bold action and break out of this. Let's go back to the diet example. Others of you are just saying, no, no, let's just get out of this emotional, I want to say, clutter, like some kind of depression, and remove the blocks so that new growth can happen. All right. So, because before new seeds can take root, the old stuff has to be cleared away. Right. So, my guides are telling me that it would be worth for some of you going over your finances, if the devil and this pain is related to your financial situation. You may have to make some adjustments somewhere in your budget. Um, and of course, if that is your case, then moderation is best, right? If you want to keep your habits and your finances in check. Okay? Just put that out there. Let's get into your second week. You have the Ten of Pentacles clarified by the Two of Swords and the Ten of Wands. Uh, Ten of Pentacles talks about bringing attention to your legacy, to your financial stability, to your family obligations, to your long-term family plans. And but there's still an indecision that's going on here in this second week that I see with this Two of Swords. So it could be something that is a bit of a heavy burden for yourself. So maybe, again, let's go back to your example of, you have some kind of habit or something, we know that you're some kind of attachment that you need to stop doing, some kind of either financial, you know, habit. Let's say you buy a lot of stuff on Amazon, or it's your diet you want to fix, or let's say it's just your financial situation in general. You get to this second week now and you know that you need to make changes for the long term, but the two says, what do I do? I don't know which way to go. I don't know how to fix this, perhaps, or I don't know what I should do in order to move forward. It feels very heavy with this Ten of Wands. It feels burdensome. It feels like there's a bit of stress, and maybe that brings on a little bit of exhaustion for some of you. Okay. So while you're deeply focused and knowing that you need to build something stable, knowing that you want to change these habits, knowing that you want to, uh, take action, you may be feeling overwhelmed by either the responsibility of it or being unsure in which direction to take. Okay. So, for some of you, also, there could be some family expectations here in terms of pressures, right? So if this is financially related and you want to change your spending habits, or you want to change the way you start to, maybe, you want to get away from, debt and go toward paying bills, and not just paying bills, but actually getting out of debt and being more financially free. uh, there might be a financial pressure that you're the only one who brings in the money. Okay. For some of you, it could be a career stress, and knowing that you would really like to change your career for more so that you can make more money, but it's not coming for you. So perhaps that is what's making you feel heavy, because the longer you're in this situation where you're not making much, well, you're not getting ahead as quickly as you were hoping to. All right. So you could feel a little bit stuck with your choices in this second week. You could feel afraid that you might making the wrong decision. All right. And for some of you, it could simply just feel like some kind of burnout in general, right? We have bad habits. We can't change our habits, and it starts to take a toll on us. All right. Now we get into the third week. You have the Six of Pentacles clarified by the Ten of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. It's all Pentacles here, okay? It's all in the material world. And you have the Ten of Pentacles twice, by the way. So, now you start to come in the third week into a bit more of a balanced situation. There's a bit more fairness in this third week. There's a bit more generosity when it comes to your money, your finances, perhaps your energy. All right. There's a little bit more reciprocal kind of energy here, right? The give and take kind of energy. So, at least, if you were having some financial issues, it starts to lighten up a bit, I'd say, in the third week here. And, clarified by the 10 and the 7 of Pentacles, says that your efforts are now being, starting to stabilize a little bit. and you're starting to review them yourself and to assess them and to recalibrate them. And for some of you, if this is financially related, you might start negotiating some financial matters, or you're offering to help somebody, or perhaps both. Okay, so there's definitely a give and take here financially. Again, that you're trying to direct towards some long-term goal, but you're really assessing things much more now by the third week, right? So in the first week, there's some issues. The second week, you're saying to yourself, okay, I need to change. At least there's an acknowledgement here. Here you start to really do some, analysis when it comes down to it. And yeah, the Seven of Pentacles here says, be patient, okay? Be patient with yourself, and if you aren't making as much headway as you hoped you would or should, this is the long game, right? There's long-term thinking that is required here. So, you can start to think about it, and understand that actions, even if you are taking actions, it's step 1 and 2 of maybe 20 that need to be taken. So this is a long-term thinking here, or long-term plan that you're trying to achieve. Now, for some of you, you are learning that it's sustainable success requires steady effort, right? Going back to your Page of Pentacles, and you're learning, right? So you're learning that the habits need to get change. You're learning that you want to play the long game, right? You're learning to play the long game, and that uh, a little bit of long-term planning is required, and that you're learning that you need to have steady effort, and to make decisions, but not to rush them, in order to really get toward this long-term sustainability. Now you get to the end of the month, you have the Three of Wands, you have the Two of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles, you have two more twos there. You have three twos on this table, which is interesting. And you also have three threes on this table. Or sorry, two threes on this table. So, at least there is a bit of a leveling up that's going on here as you're learning, my friends. All right. Now, as I said, the end of the month is more about finally having a bit more expansion here, forward movement or momentum with that Three of Wands. There's growth, and you're really looking toward your future vision. Okay. If you were feeling stuck here in the first couple weeks, by the fourth week, I don't feel that there's that stuck energy anymore. You're definitely looking outward. You're planning ahead. For some of you, you're feeling very optimistic about what's coming next. You're starting to feel a lot lighter than this heaviness here. And I would say that you do have the Two of Cups. So for some of you, if you are looking for a love, there is some emotional harmony there. Maybe a new partnership happening. Maybe there's a mutual understanding if you are already in a relationship, but it could be a romantic partnership. It could be a business partnership, or even, just as I said, some kind of like emotional reconciliation or something that's going on there. Two of Pentacles here says adaptability, it says flexibility, and it says balance, right? I feel like you're learning to juggle your responsibilities without really losing emotional equilibrium, all right? So I feel like someone is taking, you know, realizing that um, because of these habits and wanting to change something, you may want to give yourself a break And the way to give yourself a break sometimes is to change your outlook completely, or you stop looking at your four walls and go look at somebody else's four walls. Okay. So it may be that you need to get out a little bit, get out either into nature. And if you actually can get out and, and I don't know, go take a road trip or something with someone special here. It's going to help you to see something different. And yeah, and if that is your situation, then and you can actually get away for a bit, then I would say totally enjoy that. Okay. This your month here, Aries, isn't flashy. There, not every month means, great messages for us or great learning for us. So this isn't one of those months for you where I find it's really flashy or that you're taking these bold actions. This is sort of a grounding month for you. It's a bit more of a strategic reset for you. And it's sort of preparing you. It's like a preparatory month for the long-term success that you're going to decide, yes, now that's what I want. I want to get away from the devil and I want to change things. And you're going to start to think about this and act upon this. Maybe in the last week of the month, you start the acting, but you start to really do that more after this month here of May. And it might feel like a slow month, okay, but it is a bit of a deeper month and a more meaningful month, okay? So you're planting seeds, basically, my friends. You're planting seeds, you're taking in some learning, you're realizing some things, and the seeds that you plant now will continue to develop and grow past the month of May. All right, I'm going to get you a couple of cards from your future higher self. Let's see what your future higher self wants you to know. Message for Aries for May. Okay, you have 3 messages here. There's still time to change the road you're on. It's never too late. That is extremely appropriate to realizing that there's some bad habits going on there. You will break free from all that no longer serves you. Absolutely. And you are going to make mistakes, and it's okay. Sometimes you learn by messing up. 3 completely appropriate higher self messages to end this reading. I will leave it there. I don't know what resonates, but I hope something does. Don't forget to click the like and subscribe. I'll see you again very soon. Until then, I am, as always, wishing you divine light and love.